Oh, this wild ride is not over. We're going all the way to the third and final map of this best of three. This is consolidation final between Evil Geniuses and Gaimin Gladiators. Boggs and JRT with you this evening. And this time, it's a bit of a crazy one. Both maps have been very close. Inferno double OT win, comeback style for the Gaimin Gladiators. Mirage 16-13 in the favor of EG as well, coming back from down 10-5. So both teams like to play from down a man, it seems. And EG winning the pistol at start on the CT side. No kills just yet, although Jonji's had an opportunity. Finally wins that duel out long against B-Wills. It's a long cat split for Gaimin Gladiators, but no kills have come forth for that inside just yet. Finally, Jonji dealt with him around the smoke. Viz dancing in and out. And it's Jeorge to get one, if not a second. Carson helps him out. And now it's all in the court of the Gaimin Gladiators to get that bomb down. PwnAlone and DJ coming up catwalk, spot one and a goose. But they've not put one down just yet. Bomb plant coming through momentarily, unless they just want to focus the fights, which is realistic. Oh. But DJ and PwnAlone, a couple of bells rung. Both players very low, and it's all down to DJ. But he's a good pistol player. He's taking taps down to 5 HP. His health is a big problem, though. He's going to take the long rotation to A long and hope he can get something back.
Yeah, I like the idea from DJ. 5 HP, you want to give your chance to fire as many shots as possible, and with the attention garnered towards Cat, he will have a free shot on at least one player and just needs to line it up and, well, misses it. And now they know exactly where he's coming from, which means he's an easy target with only 5 HP remaining. He will continue his push on forward. Gets one, but not the second. Nice little flick from DJ, but Cynic does close it out, and the Gaimin Gladiators pick up their second pistol round throughout this series. Now, Gaimin Gladiators have not played on Dust2 for over a month. The last time they were here was on May 28th, and they won against ATK 16-6. So a very clean win there, but still, it has been some time since they've played here. Their record over the last 3 months, still positive at 4-2 over 6 and a plus 19 kill to death round differential, excuse me. Over on EG, they don't play Dust2 that often as well. Only 6 times over the last 3 months, going 3-3, and a minus 17 round differential. Of course, that minus 17 round differential largely in part because of how they lost here yesterday against ATK 2-16.
Yeah, that's one EG would like to forget. And if they can win this map, I think they will definitely kick those demons to the curb. They will forget about their trials yesterday evening.
Yeah.
DJ trying to get something back, though, on the force by PwnAlone's got the Mag 7. And he's over on the A side playing an elevator. It's not a bad spot for it, especially if they cross to the side. He can just jump up, go for the shots. Ben's going to cross, though, and maybe even boost up in towards the A side. He's crossed back behind double. 4 players here for EG. But the real one to watch out for is PwnAlone here. DJ's just going to tag him away and actually hit the shot on a B-Wills. Now things are getting messy for Gaimin Gladiators as they're trying to push up the ramp. Ben's yet to really reveal his position all too much. And again, PwnAlone sitting in elevator, waiting for them to push onto the site to give him the good old razzle-dazzle with the Mag 7.
Gaimin Gladiators running out of time. They will have to go to that A site, and it's looking worse and worse by the second because not only do they have to get that bomb planted, they have to worry about Ben on the site and PwnAlone, who's going to give them a lot of headaches jumping up and down with that Mag 7. DJ peeking around, trying to attract attention towards Cat, and there's Ben with the headshot onto Cynic. That was clean. Carson does manage to get one back. Jeorge as well. But time's ticking away again. They still have to get this bomb planted. Jeorge has dropped Carson, the last one standing, and he's all the way at the back of long. He will not survive. The force buy yields fruit for the Evil Geniuses, and they will tie it up at 1.
Tied up scoreline now for EG, and kind of giving a bit of their own medicine to the Gaimin Gladiators. So I like what we're seeing from EG getting things back. I like how they're not getting daunted, and they're back in this game, I think, mentally, too. That's a huge win for them to come back on Mirage, get that mental in the right frame of mind. And for Gaimin Gladiators, it keeps them a little more honest, too. Gaimin Gladiators play their best when they're able to go full aggro. Now, if EG are able to keep pace, Gaimin Gladiators will not be able to play for real aggro. That's a great nade on Jeorge. B-Wills take some damage as well as Stanislaw, too. And it's pistols in the hand for the Gaimin Gladiators, and I guess the tale of the tape for this series is pistols, be aware, they can kill you very easily. There's been many pistol rounds won from both these sides, so
Yeah.
got to be careful.
I think it was EG taking a lot on the first map, and on Mirage it was the Gaimin Gladiators. PwnAlone's gonna farm some frags here. He's got the 4K, looking for the first ace of this close qualifier on the side of EG, and he does get it. Sure, it's against only an eco, but it, you know, it helps. Pads the stats a little bit, and it will give EG the lead.
You gotta love a good old anti-eco ace, right? Builds the confidence up massively, gets the team hyped. It's great for the mental.
And I say only an anti-eco, but they have been absolutely just giving EG headaches throughout the night. So perhaps that's a good thing for them to find, settle things down.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good thing for EG. It also should give them a 3-1 lead, unless, of course, the Glocks can strike. The US did the last map. Ben takes a dink, but he does get the kill, and a nade will go forward and do nothing, as Carson was not through the doors just yet. Ben's closing the gap, though he doesn't need to aggress. Jonji's pushing up middle as well. Both players taking some significant damage. PwnAlone keeping his mate alive as it's a conglomeration of evil geniuses pushing up through middle now. A cabal, if you will. Carson stuck behind Taxi. Swings out, gets the kill onto Jonji, not able to get taken down. The push not a big enough factor. And Viz spraying in the direction of Carson, not taking him down either. Finally, it's DJ the one to put Carson to bed. And Jeorge, the last man standing, one tap from PwnAlone. And Pwn's at 10 kills, 4 rounds into the game. Of course, the ace does help out with that. But this is the first real test for the evil geniuses. The full buy coming out from Gaimin Gladiators. Sans the op. They won't have the big green for Cynic, but it's still going to be a good strong buy. AKs across the board.
There we go. Gaimin Gladiators now have those rifles, as you mentioned, AKs across the board. Looks like they're poised for a B hit, and it wouldn't be a bad decision given the fact that only one player's here. That's DJ. He can certainly hold his own here as a B anchor, but Gaimin Gladiators have the utility to go for a proper here. Here come the Here come the flashbangs and the smokes as well. They're just going to push on forward. Smoke for the door has been thrown, but DJ is not going to be deterred. He finds Stanislaw, then gets the second onto Cynic. In the meantime, PwnAlone and Viz are supporting by finding themselves two, and now it's all up to B-Wills. This looks to be another clean round for the evil geniuses, and indeed it will be. B-Wills does get one before getting dropped, but still 4-1 for EG.
4-1 for EG, a very strong start. PwnAlone with the op now. He will love to have that on this map. I'm interested to see if he's going to take the mid fight consistently or not. But it's Tech 9s in hand for the Gaimin Gladiators, and as we've seen, and kind of sound like broken records now, pistols are dangerous. So you cannot count the Gaimin Gladiators out of this round. You cannot rest. You cannot get too overconfident. The scouts there as well. I like the angle from PwnAlone, though. Taking a little bit of a delayed peek, catches Jeorge over a jump spot. Jonji aggressing out towards long. Nade, Molly combo on the Cynic, but he's pushed forward, and Jonji will have him from behind. I like how EG aren't over-aggressing right now. They're playing a little more passive, especially after those opening picks. PwnAlone been moving, hits the second shot, though. Not going to let that go by. Oh, that's a great shot to Carson as well. B-Wolves answers it nicely, but only one casualty. Easy peasy for EG. And guns back in the hands of Gaimin Gladiators. But again, they lack the AWP. And with PwnAlone in this kind of a form, on Dust2, you need an op to counter him.
Yeah, there's no doubt. PwnAlone is one of those players who, when he finds his rhythm on this map, becomes an indomitable force. It's very scary for any opposing team to go up against. So we'll see if that continues to trend. If it continues to trend in his direction, he's already got 14 frags in only 6 rounds. That is absolutely nutty. Of course, assisted by the anti-eco, or I think it was a force by ace. Either way, PwnAlone is going to be peering around from Cat, trying to lock down some targets, as the Gaimin Gladiators, on that full loss bonus, will be able to afford the AKs and the good chunky utility. Stanislaw along with Carson moving their way into the lower tunnels. Jonji could be first contact here. Something appears to have tipped him off. And there's going to be the hinge smoke thrown. Jonji tossing utility on his side, and finally some connecting, but for very little damage. Carson's tickled for 2 HP of damage, still at 98. Now he's going to take a little more from that nade, but nothing really too crazy here in the early moments of the round.
Nothing too crazy, but as the time continues to dwindle, Carson's going to eat that nade down to 29 HP. Things are going to get a little worse for Gaimin Gladiators here if they lose a player early on. Ben's now in Jonji's position out towards pit, moving onto platform behind that smoke. I like the repositioning from Ben. All this utility going to that Jonji angle, and Ben's still around. He has revealed himself by the shots. He's spotted out, and he is finished off nicely by Jeorge, opening pick to Gaimin Gladiators. The time is low, and PwnAlone is here towards Car. Hits the first shot. Viz goes fishing, though, and he is caught. DJ with another one. PwnAlone around the Car. Does not connect that shot. He's spammed down by B-Wolves. Nice play around the Car. Jonji around, and DJ falls as well. They tried the double swing, and it's Gaimin Gladiators to finish the job. 2-5 now. And the money on EG, though, more than enough to reinvest. An op can be dropped. DJ can drop that over to PwnAlone, exactly how they play it. Rifles across the rest of the squad. And EG, for the first time, actually are able to weather the first round lost, as their economy had gotten pretty good at that point in time.
I guess I understand the double swing, but at the same time, 14 seconds left on the clock. Could have hunkered down, maybe tried to hide yourselves in the corners and deny a plant with a jump shot, which is very viable on that A site. I don't know.
I think because DJ was stuck on site, they wanted to make it so he didn't get overwhelmed.
Yeah, it was exactly. That's what I figured, right? Because there was a tough situation, right? They were surrounded, but still. Anyway, decision made, round over, and the Gaimin Gladiators do find themselves a second here. Molotov's going to get tossed onto Cat, and that will keep DJ and Ben waiting a little bit longer to go for that information towards mid. It does give the Gaimin Gladiators a chance to move into Xbox. Stanislav will hunker down into lower tunnels, and Viz gets the opener on Carson, so that positioning towards Xbox is now lost, and Stanislav gets caught with utility being thrown. Ben will take him down 5v3 in favor of EG, who are not phased at all by that previous round. Good Molotov thrown by Viz. I'm not sure if it's going to catch him off in time. It doesn't. Jeorge gets ahead of it, so does his teammate, and now Pwn is going to try and re-molly that tunnel, but it's a little too late. He gets the shot, though, on the peak. B-Wills goes down with the overkill headshot from the AWP, and Pwn will flick around with the no-scope on the Jeorge. He's on a heater. Pwn looking for the last one as well. He doesn't get it, but he has been so critical to the success of the Evil Geniuses. 17-4 now.
We've played 8 rounds of Counter-Strike. PwnAlone has 17 kills. That's good for over a 2.0 kill per round. He's fragging.
Yeah.
Op, rifle, pistol, PwnAlone's on a tear. And on this map, it's about as good of a map as you can get for your opera to have a game, to have a moment. And Cynic hasn't really been able to do all too much. Stanislav not able to get off the ground either, sitting at 1 and 7. Lots of wall control, but in comes PwnAlone and Ben Lee, but Jeorge will double down. So 2-for-1 trade in the favor of Gaimin Gladiators, and they're just going to run on towards the A site. Jonji might peek this, though. He flashes in, but Jeorge might have been blind. He still gets the kill, and a little overzealousness from the EG side is starting to cost him. It's Jeorge to try and go for the ace, and he got it! He got the ace against the guns! The double spray out long, and then the 1v1v1s against the last 3 remaining. Jeorge answers the call of PwnAlone and says, anything you can do, I can do better, and with a little more impact.
This back and forth type play typically hurts the CT economy a lot more than the T economy, and you're kind of seeing it here. Evil Geniuses down to their last dollar in a lot of cases, and in fact, Pwn, DJ, and Jonji have 0 left after this buy-up. Fizz having to settle for the Deagle, and Jeorge is going to try to do it again. Why not? That was a beautiful entry towards long, and the utility is good. Flashes force EG back, and it gives Jeorge the space to try and find that opener for a second consecutive round. Will he get it is another question, as it appears though the Evil Geniuses are going to spam down both him and Carson to around half health.
DJ and company taking control of B main, however. A lot of control upper tunnel. Stanislav could get 1 deed. He spots out Viz and elects to fall away. Doesn't want to give a free pick over to the EG side. And EG do take that information. They know something's around. They try to push Cat off of it, but it's waited for by B-Wills. Jonji takes it back. And yeah, it's another one to his tally. That's Stanislav gone. Jonji's low on health. And he's just going to run up Cat. Long has been abandoned, as has the A side proper. But Jonji's on a long flank here. He might be low on health, but he can definitely get the drop on him. They're not ready for it. They're all focusing out towards the site. And that smoke's just to allow Cynic to peek onto Catwalk. That's all it does. And Jonji's coming from the back lines. He sprays down one more, gets caught dropping into pit, but he's done his job. Jeorge will pick up the op, and they'll try and cross to site, get the bomb down. But PwnAlone's on the angle. There's still another player up on Cat. This is going to run the long way around. Bomb's going to go down. It's a 3v1 retake as Jeorge gets demolished by PwnAlone, who is continuing his nasty form. And Carson, he's got to take a fight. And he's in the open. Easy kill for Ben. EG back on top.
Yeah, that was a bit of a tough situation for a moment for EG, but they recognized it because they had 3 players in CT, very little presence on the A side proper. And that's when they say, okay, Viz, go around, get on the flank again. Viz is channeling some Jonji energy here with unloading what will be 2 full clips into the body, but either way, 7-3 in favor of the Evil Geniuses. Have to be feeling good because that round was well played on their part.
Yeah, it was really well played. Jonji with a bit of a hero play on Catwalk, getting the trade in the second, and pushing all the way through long. Great heads-up play. Doesn't even stop to swap guns to make a sound cue. He just moves. That's a great heads-up play. And yeah, it's really tempting to grab that AK, right? You want that one-shot headshot, especially in a one-shot territory. He was at 9 HP. But he plays the disciplined play, which ironically was running up to a long doors. But he makes the right move. Jonji, though, gets caught out by Jeorge, who had the opposite spawn-based play. Ben trades it back onto Carson, though, and the nade damage chunking away at the Gaimin Gladiators. 2 up Catwalk, but PwnAlone's going to go for it. Flashes are going to go in, but he's going to be good for another kill here. He's got 3. He's got all he needs. Looking for the 4th. Can't get the ace, but he's just padding those stats against the rifles this time, man. Oh, the knife is out! And it's a no-scope not connecting. Cynic can win this now in a 1v2.
What a strange turn of events that was. Cynic just knifing into the smoke, connects on it, then pulls out the gun afterwards. Thought he was just going to go for the straight knife. Ends up losing the duel now to DJ, and the BM continues here. I mean, it's been back and forth. Both teams kind of trading BM whenever they're winning these rounds, so it's all in good fun to a certain extent, but it definitely stings if you're on the losing end of it. 8-3 in favor of EG. They already took this half, and PwnAlone is just taking them on his shoulders and is carrying them to a potential victory here. It's unbelievable the way he has played with the op here on CT side.
Yeah, he's on for potentially a 30 bomb before the half ends, and he's going for it by peeking through. It's a bit of a one-way for the opposition, but he still has the confidence to take the shot. And there's no reason to let him be shackled. There's no reason to sit him down. Let him frag. Let him play. Gives him a couple of kills, trying to keep PwnAlone alive. Ben will come through to support as well. PwnAlone will not get killed this round, though. It's Ben and DJ to get the last couple of kills. 9-3 now. It's just pistols for the Gaimin Gladiators. But Evil Geniuses are playing incredibly well. I hope that we don't see a repeat of Inferno, though, for their sake, where they had a great lead. It was 11-4, and they lost 4 map points in a row to go to overtime, and then lost in overtime after getting to map point in OT1.
Yep. It's actually impressive to think that EG have managed to recover after that turn of events on Inferno, winning on Mirage when kind of things were going against them in a lot of ways, but they managed to string it together towards the tail end of that one. And here on Dust2, just exploding right out of the gate. That one could create a few problems for them as Carson gets the opening frag onto Jonji. 5v4, but it's not exactly a strong one because you have Carson down to 17 HP, so he is 1 nade or shot away from death. But there are no nades on the EG side, just the Molotovs. Pwn watching with the op, trying to get the answer as he has done round after round after round. Spots at the player, flicks up, but misses that flick. Luckily for him, doesn't take too much damage in turn. So he's not too worse for the wear. Hit's actually coming towards the B side, so DJ's going to have to stand on his head potentially by his lonesome.
Yeah, it wouldn't be too surprising to see DJ stand on his head, though he's been very, very good. PwnAlone's got his middle on lock. DJ only has to focus on the tunnels. All the utility coming in. It's a good counter flash, though. PwnAlone's going to push out through window. DJ spots one towards the stack, but Jeorge doubles down. A couple of bells rung. The bomb recovered, and a bailout to clear his tunnels. He's going to go away, though. This is a great call with the time on the clock that he has available to himself. But also, I like EG doubling up here. They're playing the numbers advantage, and they don't want to give an isolated 1v1 duel. So they're definitely countering it well. They're buddying up, but the thing is, they're not watching their mid. And if Jeorge actually goes through middle, he's got a backstab on both. He shouldn't go through middle realistically. He should go cat. or even long A. He's going to run Cat now. His time's actually ticking away. But EG are going to figure this out very soon that it is not a B-side play.
Well, Jeorge needs to hurry up a little bit. Obviously wants to clear things out, but at a certain point just have to take the gamble and plant, and he will in that smoke. And now it's up to Viz and Ben to come back and retake this site. Jeorge has been pretty solid for his squad, leading the charge with 14 frags. He's also got an ace to match PwnAlone's, and that one arguably a little bit more difficult up against the full-on rifles. Here comes the utility, and good that they have two Molotovs so they can clear out two angles. They know exactly where Jeorge is now. Over on the ramp, does it matter? Is he going to hit the shots anyway? He manages to connect on Viz to bring him down to half health. Still surviving here. Has a chance, but no. Viz denies him. Will not give him the pleasure of the 1v2 clutch, and a 10th round secured for the Evil Geniuses.
Well done for EG. The double swing from site to finish off Jeorge was great. They're not giving it 1v1s, which is something they've learned, I think, after the last... What is it? 6 maps? This is map 7 they played in this tournament?
Yeah, that's right.
So, I think they've learned from their mistakes. And PwnAlone also, at 24-7, is not being a part of the problem. That's a good shot by Sako. Pwn tries to call. Jeorge will actually double down and helps out with the Jonji-kill. Viz will trade it back, but it's still a 4v3 in the favor of Gaimin Gladiators. DJ taking initiative, though, clearing through tunnels. And Ben with a nice headshot pre-aim onto Carson. Stanislav's going to sneak out with the bomb. Ben has fallen to the hands of his compatriot, his rival over on Gaimin Gladiators. But DJ on the flank still can get the backstab onto B-Wills. Viz is rotating through CT. Spawn has an op on the cross. And B-Wills should not be looking for this play from DJ. Oh, he goes back in tunnels. He's been spotted.
Nice.
It's the headshot nonetheless. Viz in a 1v3. Money is fine for EG. I say that actually no, money is not fine for EG. Viz has to stay alive and save at the very least. Sprays. Has to be careful of B-Wills. He knows he's around. Nice shot. Now actually makes it viable for Viz to go for this. If he can get the kill on the car player, he's just going to save the op, though.
Does he have a kit? He has a kit. He could go around towards long and try for something here. He grabs the AK, and that could be the plan.
Yeah, it might be.
I think Ben saying, you know what? Try and go for this. He's got the time. Cynic's looking the wrong way. That's a free frag, and Cynic goes down. Stanislaw is well down to 14. A chance for Viz. He's got the nade, but he decides against it. Time ticking away. I mean, there's just no chance for him to get to the fusel at this point. What an effort from Viz. If he gets that frag on Stanislaw before Stanislaw escapes, I mean, that's pretty much the round. And, well, he still ends up getting a 4K, so it makes it expensive for the Gaimin Gladiators at the very least. But heading into the 15th and final round, the money doesn't matter too much as they're just going to invest whatever they have left.
Yep, they'll buy what they can. And Gaimin Gladiators will as well. B-Will's relegated to a Galil. Carson as well. Cynic oh, he's going to go for the Scout. Jeorge as well. So Galil's on 3, a Scout and an AK. Not a pretty buy. MP9, FAMAS, double M4s, and the op save for PwnAlone. It's not a great buy, but it's still stronger than what Gaimin Gladiators have. PwnAlone, though, right through middle, just no care in the world. Doesn't matter that he lost that duel last time. He's still confident to go for it. Jonji trying to take revenge onto Carson, but Viz sitting in front of Xbox on the T side of Xbox is going to hold the line. Gets flashed, but he's going to spray down one, only one. PwnAlone also gets caught by Stanislaw, so a couple of kills going the way of the Gaimin Gladiators here. It's a 4v3 again for them, but Jonji out towards long can stabilize things. Jeorge is going to do something out towards middle, but Jonji getting that kill onto Carson. It's a little carelessness from Carson. And now Cynic has to be careful not to get caught out as Jonji's aggressing through long. And, well, we've said this before, we'll say it again. Jonji's a very aggressive player. He likes to push you. You have to be careful, but he's getting the timing really well done right now. He's holding for info instead of actually full pushing. It's Jonji aggression with a little more tactical basis behind it. And it's been a huge part for EG this map.
There's a bit of a problem, though. No one's on the A site right now, and Jonji at least has control long, but they have zero visibility on Cat, and look at them. Crab walking away are the Gaimin Gladiators towards that A site. And now Jonji will have the flank, but I'm not sure it's going to matter too much. If this bomb goes down before Jonji makes his way up Cat, it's going to be irrelevant because the Gaimin Gladiators are going to lock down this angle. Now he's going to push up, and it's already happening even before they plant, but Jonji gets the 2K! Oh, what a play! Great timing on his part, and now it's all up to Jeorge, who doesn't even have the bomb. Did that drop down?
No, it's still on site.
No, it didn't.
But
It's right next to him, but I don't think he's going to be able to pull this one off. Ben Leet gets him, and that will be that, Austin. 11-4 in favor of EG as we head to the halftime break.
EG have done it again. They've got an 11-4 lead going on to the T side of a map. The question is, will they be able to actually come forth and take it, or is Gaimin Gladiators going to pull this one back again? That is a big question mark. I'm Boggs, joined by JRT and JRaz, our observer. Can EG close this one out?
Let's hope so. Nice shot from B-Wills to open things up here for the Gaimin Gladiators. And Jonji gets the trade. That's the B site cleared out now. Jeorge is waiting over at the lower tunnels to try and get Viz, but, well, he's having some trouble with the duel. He's lots of bullets in those magazines, but it doesn't matter. Viz makes it work with the Glock, and now the Gaimin Gladiators on the outside looking in. This nade could do some damage. We'll see. Pwn, no, not really. And now Gaimin Gladiators just going to have to fight their way in and find these headshots with the USPs. But Jonji's in a perfect position to deny here. Not to mention they've got 4 crossfires or 3 crossfires set up here to try and deny the Gaimin Gladiators.
Already they got the bomb plant down. Now it's just getting the actual round. When Jonji runs rampant, takes down one, Viz has his back, and the last one in is Carson. The last one down is Carson, and it's 12-4. The one thing EG didn't do when Gaimin Gladiators had their comeback was win the pistol round. So check that box. Also, isn't that 3 pistol round wins for Evil Geniuses, or is that 4 now?
That would be 5, I believe, right? No, sorry, 4.
Yeah, it's 4. Because they won one on Inferno and Mirage, and they won both.
That's right. That's right.
Wow, 4 for 6. Massive improvement over last
Did they get both on Mirage?
I don't think they got both on Mirage.
I think they did.
Oh wait, no, you're right. They did because they lost.
Yeah, so it is
lost
5.
the USP round.
That's right. We just forgot because of that USP round.
So 5 for 6.
That's really good. I mean, look, yesterday were what, 1 for 8 on pistol rounds. That's a massive improvement. And look at the difference. Look at what it gives you. You know, the comfort zone to actually be able to build off of an early lead, 12-4 now. Again, look, we can't forget they did blow an 11-4 lead on Mirage and ended up losing in double overtime. But let's hope that they can keep things under control this time and don't have similar demons come back to haunt them. Thing is, Cynic gets the opening frag with the scout and now has tagged Jonji down, and B will spams him with the deagle. Carson finds Ben lead. Oh no. Here we go again. Viz is going to get the headshot onto Jeorge, though maybe the follow-up on Carson. No! Carson connects for the second. DJ the last one standing, Austin.
Cue the meme, John.
Oh boy.
Here we go again. It's happening.
Sonic's
DJ
Law.
1v4s, which is realistically possible, although the time doesn't help. And Cynic's in a good spot to shut it down. He's got the bomb. DJ, don't fight that. You don't have time. You gotta go. You gotta move. Oh, that's it's over. There's no way DJ wins this now. He's one shot.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Well, Force Spy comes through here from the Gaimin Gladiators. Certainly a far cry from the follow-up round they lost on Mirage after winning pistol, but still, the Force Spy is good for the Gaimin Gladiators. They make it 5. They put a stop to the Evil Geniuses in the early goings here of the second half. And EG says, you know what? We're into the Force Spy Wars. Let's go. Full send. 3 Deagles, the Tech 9, along with the Scout in DJ's hands. Cynic going to go toe-to-toe with DJ. And actually, I thought he had it lined up. Just barely missed by a hair. And now he's going to toss that nade on for it to try and stop a quick push out those doors. The Molotov will slow it down even further. And Cynic going to have to wait a little bit longer for another shot.
Yeah, I think DJ hit the floor there. That's why he missed that shot. Narrow margins. If EG can come back and pull this round away, then Gaimin Gladiators are going to be feeling the pain.
Yes.
Be a bit of a return, a bit of a revenge. Return to sender. B-Wills. Peek in, but he'll get the hit shot. PwnAlone just walks into the crosshair. B-Wills will say thank you very much. PwnAlone's actually been at 24 kills for a few rounds now. Hasn't been able to add to his tally. Although he's already done that much work, you can't really... 24 kills is a solid amount of kills for a map. He's already done that. He's already got his kills. It's time for Jonji to step up. Ben's lurking out towards B, too. A lot of control out towards mid. Cynic destroyed by Jonji, who's hitting them. Keota's coming through from Jonji. Jeorge is going to try and help out from long, but you don't want to peek Jonji right now because he's hitting nothing but 1Ds. Only headshots, my friend. Ben could get lucky, and he does. Stanislaw jumping around. Ben up on top of the box now. Carson around it. Gets taken down by his Tech 9. It's all down to Jeorge. He's getting swung, but he's picked up 2. The Scout is there, and 1 HP on Ben. Ben's going to take first contact. Dodges the headshot. The swing comes in, and it's a pistol forced by 1 by EG. Jonji and Ben come up huge. And Gaimin Gladiators timeout, surely, because I'm tilted and I'm not even playing the round.
Oh man, these pistol rounds, these Force Spies are absolutely crazy, and the Force Spy Wars are not going to stop. I mean, it's already begun. They've declared war, and now it's going to be Gaimin Gladiators coming through with 2 scouts 2 Deagles, and the 5-7 up against EG's much stronger by 2 AKs, the A1S, the Galil, and the MAC-10. The MAC-10 already opens things up here for PwnAlone. He's looking for the second, finds it, pulls out the Glock to try and get B-Wills taken down, but B-Wills is good for a 1 Deeg. Now he's going to toss a smoke on back. And Evil Geniuses trying to build on that momentum they found in the previous round. DJ is going to take down Stanislaw, and that will be that for the attempted push towards the A side. Good read by the Gaimin Gladiators to rotate around towards B, because that is indeed where EG is heading. Jeorge going to tag Ben down to 44. Certainly viable. They get 2! DJ and Jonji are down. Jeorge does manage to, I should say Viz does manage to take down Jeorge finally, but B-Will's still very much in the realm of possibility, with Viz and Ben Lead hovering around half HP. I want to break down that previous round, Austin, but I mean, this has been so fast and furious.
Yeah, no time for that now. Peebles is going to try and clutch this one up. Plenty of time, too, as the bomb's just gone down. And if you can isolate the 1v1s, if you can take down Ben here early and clean, then things really get nervous. The bomb plant on top of Big Box looks great. Huge flashbang. Ben will swing. Peebles made noise. Ben heard the sound cue. Viz with the assist. 14-5. Well, here, you have the floor.
Yes, no, I wanted to talk about what happened in CT spawn a couple of rounds ago, right? You see Stanislaw coming through. He was clearing the angle, and he doesn't realize, doesn't register for him. He's like, oh, I'm going to look forward towards sight. Then he gets that double take moment, and that's what gives Ben Lee the opportunity to find 1. But the second, I honestly didn't think that Ben was going to be able to pull that one off, and he does, surviving with 1 HP after jumping on top of the box. On top of that, picks up the A1S with 1 HP and finds himself a 3rd. Just a fantastic pistol round across the board for the Evil Geniuses, and Ben, who was quiet on that first map, has more than made up for it, both on Mirage and here now on Dust2. 2 more rounds, and EG gets that rematch against ATK as Stanislaw is going to go down the opening moments, but Viz, the TK, doesn't realize that DJ managed to finish the job.
Yeah, it's all collapsing here for Gaimin Gladiators. Cynic tries to get the kill, but he's going to get glocked by Jonji, who continues the spray. He's having fun now, and EG are looking to book a date with ATK. Carson goes forward into the spray of Ben Leet. PwnAlone is down, and Jeorge, the last man standing with a deagle in hand. 1 kill of 4 required. And the bomb plant going down on the B site. Viz will cross, Jeorge has to fight, and Jonji will deny. 15-5. You know what Taco said about this scoreline, John? We think we are good. We win this now. 15-5. Did we win? Of course not. 16-5.
Well, timeout going to be called here for the Gaimin Gladiators, and maybe that's exactly what they will say. Actually, no, it's a timeout called by EG. Interesting. I guess they're... yeah, I mean, thinking back on what happened in the previous 2 maps and how things went around, just saying, you know what, guys, let's calm things down, try and close this one out quickly, no more mistakes. Let's set ourselves up for a date with ATK in those grand finals. Yeah,
I wonder what ATK is thinking right now, too. Seeing EG get better and better throughout the course of this series.
I think they've definitely improved in a significant way, especially here on Dust2. After losing 2-16 yesterday, this is a complete turnaround. Thing is, ATK are strong, and I think it's still going to be a very tough matchup for EG, but certainly they're going to perform better than they did yesterday. Yesterday was not good at all. Pwn opens things up here with the frag onto Carson, and now only 4 frags remain between Evil Geniuses and that grand final berth.
Yeah, I was hoping that would be an outlier, an exception to the rule for EG, EG roster. Sure. And it looks like it is. PwnAlone, 2 array from the 30 bomb, and 2 kills in this round. Smoke's going in for the cross. A-site Tate coming through. Stanislaw removed on Catwalk. And the push is coming in. Sidnick with the scout. If he took a shot a little bit earlier, he hits the head through the smoke, but he goes for a little bit later of a shot and a bit lower of an angle. Bomb going to go down here. PwnAlone sitting up towards long, making sure nobody comes through that direction. Jonji with 1.
Yeah.
And PwnAlone's 30 looking a little more unlikely. Unfortunately for his individual stats, but fortunately for EG, this one's going to slay. Oh man, that's a bit of a mess. Jonji, did he just continue the spray there? Even though there was trade, but he did. He did continue the spray even though he could have been traded back. I'm not going to question it anymore. It's a 16-5. They did it. They won it.
Wow. Yeah, after the chaos on Mirage, I honestly thought it wasn't going to be viable for Evil Geniuses to come back and get things back under control. But they did. They got Mirage on the tail end, as mentioned, and here on Dust2, domination from start to finish, largely in part thanks to the Opper PwnAlone. He was unbelievable to open things up. He gave the team this lead to work off of, this buffer, and they